Look what you made me. Look what you made me. Look what you made me. Look what you made me do.
Thought-provoking podcast. What's good people? Hope y'all good out there. Hey, before we get started, I'd like you guys to click that like, share, and subscribe. HBO special. You already know what I say. Help a brother out. Hey, thank you guys for those 1 or 2 likes or that 1 or 2 comment out there, man. Growth begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Comfort zone. I've been uncomfortable my whole damn life. Excuse my French. My whole damn life. But it became comfortable to me. I can say that. It became to the point to where if things happen, it happened. And I maintained a particular attitude and character. Hey man, I've been shooting these reels like for the past 2-3 weeks. And I've been shooting for a reason to maintain who you are in the midst of whatever's going on. Growth begins at the end of your comfort zone. Stepping into the unfamiliar can be challenging, but it's where true growth and learning often occurs. How many people agree with that? You know, a lot of people like to think that when you read a book, you become somebody different. Don't get me wrong here. When you read things, it does instill certain things. But when certain things happen, a certain type of wisdom is imparted into who you are, like that experience of what happened, like you dealt with it. Because no one can really sit back and go through what you go through. Everybody's comfortable level, everybody's rock bottom is different. You know, I've been going through something pretty much it's like different phases of my life that I've been hit from the time I found out I was dyslexic. I've just been hitting certain areas of my life. And I've been fighting my whole life, it feels like. I promise you. From Chicago to Texas, to Iraq, back to Texas, to dealing with people. And you know, to sum it all up, to dealing with myself. And that's the bulk of all my problems. It's me. I stand in the mix of me. Like when you get comfortable with things, you allow yourself to tolerate certain things as far as disrespect. From what you do as far as at your job, in your relationships, or how you handle yourself, health-wise, physically. Catch what I say, man. This is no hit on nobody. Please catch what I say. I will never sit on here and disrespect anybody. All things that I'm bringing out of myself. Right? I can't really talk about something if I didn't experience, or if I'm experiencing now. Let's start with work. Like you get a particular type of individual that's comfort because of bills. Don't get me wrong, bills have to be paid, but they're in a particular position and they want to go to the next position or be promoted to manager. You know, they're there 5, 10, 15 years and they just stuck in that spot. But they're afraid to come out of their comfort zone. Learn to learn the next step up. Like as an individual in the military, they'll always teach you, think 2 ranks up. Let's say if you were a private, think as if you were a specialist or PFC specialist. Or if you're a specialist, think as if you were an E6. Think on those levels of leadership, right? Think 2 levels up. So you have to learn the job of that individual. You find somebody at your job that's doing their job effectively. Not perfect. Don't get those 2 things. They're doing it like it's easy. Like if you see a manager that's flowing through things without a certain type of unshakable spirit, if you know what I mean, something's always going on, but that individual is like, hey, it's okay. We're gonna get through this and we're gonna make it happen. That's an individual you should sit back and cling on to, right? That's one as far as work. And the second thing, as far as work, researching, research on those things you need to learn in order to become who you need to become in that position. That's big. Like, what do I need to do? Not only that, communicating with the right individuals in order to move up to that next level. Hey, sir, because I know a lot of people are hesitant to going to their boss about stepping up to the next level because they think their boss, like, hey, this individual might be trying to steal my position. And a lot of times it's not like that. But if it is like that, we got a problem. You still need to sit back and say, hey, boss, I've been thinking that, like, I've been in my position for this many times, and I think my productivity is this. Get some critiques, yes, and ask them, what do I need to do in order to go to the next level? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I say, let's go at it. Now let's hit this health thing. Some people fall into this depressive eating, or everybody's partying. Hit me out, Linda. A huge part of America is dealing with obesity. Nobody wants to hear that. When you get to a certain age, you have to deal with my blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, certain things are bothering your bodies because you wasn't handling your bodies in a certain type of way. Nobody's asking you to be an athlete, if that makes any type of sense. No one is asking you to be an athlete, but people do expect you to take care of the vessel that you're borrowing. I'm gonna sit back and say that because this body ain't forever. The body that you bestow right now at this very moment is not forever. So you get comfortable because everybody else around you is comfortable. I'm gonna touch back on that a little bit later. Once you get comfortable being a particular type of way for a certain amount of time, you will follow trends of other people. Like, if they want to go out and party, you sit back and say, well, everybody's having fun. I'm gonna step out and do the same thing they're doing. They drinking, they eating. But it takes a strong individual to sit back and say, nah, I'll go, but I'm not gonna partake in. I was actually, a huge part of that was me. Everybody wanted to go party. It's like, nah. Sometimes I would step out, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't drink. I'll just go out there just for the conversation, just to, a couple of laughs. You can be that person. If somebody's going out to eat some bad food, like, I'm not sitting back saying that you have to go on this this diet, because all diets are not healthy, and I'm not talking about eating good foods. Like, you can actually mess up your hormone system going on certain diets. If you do it the wrong way, ketone, or not eating, fasting for a certain amount of time, that crashes your hormones. A lot of people don't sit back and they don't know that. To them, being uncomfortable in that aspect and challenging that part of them, for a lot of people, it's actually harming them. It's the research you have to do within doing that. I'm saying it for a reason. Health takes a lot of research and study. But back to the comfortability of overeating, as far as stress eating, eating is a comfort zone. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'll pick up a donut every once in a while. It just tastes good and it feels good at the end of the day. What's uncomfortable is telling my body or depriving my body from those things that I love. Whew. Yeah, I like to have me a good old chocolate chip cookie every once in a while. I make my own cookies, though. I said that another day. I make my own cookies instead of buying them in the store, which is healthy but unhealthy, if it makes sense. But overindulging in those things is where I'm getting at, because we get to a point to where those things become habits. That one cookie tastes good, and we like the taste of that, the feel of that. We're gonna have another one. And sugar is a drug. Sugar is a drug. There's some things that we have to pull our way. Something you have to be uncomfortable. Tell yourself no. Like, if you're trying to get to a certain spot health wise, I'm not talking about Mr. Olympia. I'm not talking about that. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to get yourself out of the comfort zone, out of the habit of picking up foods that take things away from your body. As far as putting you with your blood pressure over, or your glucose levels going up, or your cholesterol. And a huge part of men, prostate problems, overeating protein, or taking certain supplements. That quick fix is a lot of times it's comfortable to a lot of people. Taking those supplements is a quick fix. Sometimes you have to deprive yourself and become uncomfortable, stepping into that gym room when you don't want to, or going for that walk when you don't want to. Hey, don't challenge yourself by somebody else's merit. Hey, check me out. When you step in to these gym rooms and you see this big joker in the corner benching 315, you like, hey, I could do that. No. You stick at your level. You have a level. You hear me? What you're doing with your body is your level. Don't check nobody else's boxes. Now, like I said with the work thing, there is an individual that knows more about health than you do. Reach out to that person. Let's not worry about looks. Let's not worry about that right now, especially over 35. Let's not worry about that right now. You're not competing. You're not getting paid for that. Being healthy actually costs money. Be honest with you. It costs money. So reach out to an individual that you know or think that is healthy, that it looks healthy, yeah, in that aspect, but you can sit back and say, I wonder what he's doing that I'm not doing, or she's doing that I'm not doing, if that makes any type of sense. Hey man, let's tap into this relationship type stuff, man. You know, a lot of people be in these relationships, they comfortable. They take in a lot of disrespect, you know. They get comfortable with not being intimate with one another. They come and go like two ships sailing in the night. One person is afraid of voicing. It's not really an opinion, but it's what the motions of things that's going on in a relationship, how it affects them. A lot of people are afraid to do that. Hey, I'm sitting here telling you, if I haven't went through it, I'm telling you, I would not bring it out. It is uncomfortable telling somebody your truth. And it has to be a certain level of respect when you come to somebody with your truth. They have to respect your truth. Listen to me. You have to be uncomfortable. Let me stop right there. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. No, regardless on the outcome of that conversation. Respect yourself. Truth hurts a lot of the time. I'm saying it for a reason. You always go to the individual, either friend, listen, husband, wife, mother, father. It doesn't, family member, it doesn't matter. You have to take you to the other person and be vulnerable enough to sit back and say, whatever is going on at this moment, it has affected me in this way. Truth. I brought out the intimacy, the conversation, you know, having a little help with certain things. I'm not going to go too far into that, but it's just the truth. A lot of people, like in these marriages, they'll go years without being intimate, or years without even telling each other the truth. They'll go years without telling each other I love you. Filling those boxes, those needs. When those needs become unmet, it's no longer a relationship. It's we tolerating each other. That's what we doing. Hey, listen to what I say. You have to be uncomfortable to get comfortable in those zones. You have to have that conversation. I know it's uncomfortable, but it will promote growth somewhere. If it doesn't promote growth in your relationship, it will promote growth in you. And let an individual know that you have boundaries. You have needs. You have certain things that you will and not do or tolerate in your relationship. And your money does not, men, Hear me out. Your money does not dictate you being better than or less than. You too, females too. I know, man, it probably ain't gonna be too many people to make it this far into the video, but it just goes the same for both. Money doesn't bring character. It doesn't bring love. It brings stability. Money will make a person respect you, but you have to catch where you are if that person respects you for that material thing. Are they going to be there when it's gone? Is the character still going to be in the same spot when you guys are having financial issues? It says if the two should become. But I'm sitting back saying, and a lot of times with some people, telling them we have to put God at the top of everything we do can be uncomfortable too. For a lot of people, man, I gotta trust in. I gotta sit back and have faith. But what if? Well, we not gonna play with that. What if I say faith, it's gonna happen? You hear me? I had a lot of more stuff to sit back and bring out of here. But at the end of the day, if I'm jumping and shouting for joy in church on Sunday and I'm getting everything the pastor's telling me that I'm gonna get, and on that day I'm fine after I got my feel. But after that, it's like, here we go. I'm back to feeling, I'm back in my zone of the doubt. It's not gonna happen. Hey, it's uncomfortable having faith. That's all you need. That's the Bible says a mustard seed. It is, especially when things don't seem favorable. You got to look at it in that light. Keep trusting. Keep praying. Keep looking forward. But I'm gonna tell you, surrounding yourself with people with that doubt, and that's putting harm in your situation by telling you, "Oh my God, yeah, oh my God's gonna make it happen. My God's gonna make it happen." You hear me? Hey man, look up before you look down or around. I'm just sitting here telling you real quick, before you run to anybody, run to God and pray that through all the things you go through. Trust in God for a lot. And I'm sitting here being honest. A lot of people won't sit back and admit it. Having faith is uncomfortable because you don't know. But in your heart, you know things is going to pan out. For a lot of people, it's like, man, this doubt is still there. I don't know. That's the enemy. He creeping in. He gonna creep in. He gonna bring somebody to creep in too. He gonna get somebody in the ear. I'm telling you, that's gonna tell you, and no, you should go. You should do. And then after that, you should just go jump on top of your head. That's what you should do, because that's what they're actually telling you to do. You gonna fail. Trust God. Get into your word and trust God. I'm a believer. I am. I'm a believer. I had a lot of things to bring out in here, but the message never goes as intended. I guess I could say at the end of this, man, trust God. And any and everything that you go through being uncomfortable will be familiar to you, and you will go through it with success and ease and without a harm or stress to your body. You hear me? Have faith in all you do. Don't fear nothing. Don't be afraid to have a conversation with your boss. No, first and foremost with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to tell yourself that things are going to come out the way it's going to come out. When I go on this endeavor, when I reach out and sit back and say, hey, I'm going to go after this business. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable to me and my household, but this thing has to happen. I might go a little broke in the mix, might get into some debt, but at the end of the day, I have to realize in myself, it's things that's going to happen in the mix of me going on these ventures. I have to be uncomfortable in that sense. I have to tell myself to put down that donut. Be uncomfortable. Hey, man, that let me sit on this couch, and then I have to go out here outside, and then I have to work. Oh man, I'm out in this heat. But the end result, like my blood pressure's 117/70, glucose levels is normal, my prostate is good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell yourself, hey man, sit down and have a conversation with yourself and say, hey man, that donut is causing you harm. And you don't want that uncomfortability when you in that hospital. And they sitting back telling you, hey man, because you was eating so many of those donuts, we have to probably cut your toe off. You don't want to have that conversation with yourself. We want to have a conversation, hey, before it gets to this point, do not pass go. You hear me? Linda, you not listening. Hey, relationship, I already talked. Communicate. Regardless on what it is. Communicate. Friends, family, spouse, those rugrat of a kids that you got, communicate. It matters. It matters. Growth begins at the end of your comfort zone. I promise you. It's there for a reason. I have a quote by Brian Tracy. Learning to navigate discomfort can help build resilience and the ability to handle challenges more effectively. As mentioned on a post on X, move out your comfort zone. You can not only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. Hey man, thought-provoking podcast. You already know what I say. There's no big eyes or little U's. There's victory in our mind and power in our step. Let's work.